Spence suffered a rib injury before the Terence Crawford fight. Is this fact or fiction? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all, so there are some rumors swirling around the boxing world that Errol the Truth Spence Jr. suffered some sort of rib injury prior to the Terence Crawford fight. I just want to break that down, give my 556 nickels on what's being said for anybody listening.
Not only do I have proof that Errol Spence Jr. suffered a rib injury in his last fight against Terence Bud Crawford, I know who did it.
Alright, y'all, so did Errol Spence actually suffer a rib injury prior to the Terence Crawford fight? There are a lot of rumors out there right now, and some of them sound very convincing. Some of them sound like, I don't know about that.
The rest must roll on.
But what I will say is this. There was definitely something wrong with Errol Spence before that fight. Whether you want to believe it was the rib injury, whether you want to believe it was weight draining. Me personally, I think it was a combination of the two. I think it was a double-edged sword that took Errol Spence out in that fight. Now, here's the thing about the rumors that are being spread out there. The problem I have with it is the way that people are saying that they have evidence of it happening.
Now, here's proof of Errol Spence having a broken rib.
At the jab. Down goes Spence!
As Errol Spence goes to get up, you can see it, and his body shifts around. You can see his rib protrudes through the body.
And the evidence that they're showing isn't anything medical related. It's actually Errol Spence took a shot, he went down, and he got up a certain way that you could see his ribs kind of showing through his skin. And they're saying, well, look at that. There's the evidence of his broken rib.
Bullshit. A bullshit.
And when I saw it, I'm like, are you serious, man? You saying that is your evidence? That's your evidence that his rib is broken? And I've said in the past, man, there's no way in HE double hockey sticks that you can diagnose something internally by just looking at it externally. It's impossible. Now, it's impossible unless the bone is protruding through the skin. If the bone is protruding through the skin, that's different because you can actually see the broken bone protruding through the skin. Now, I'm guessing that's what he was trying to get at. You know, I'm not throwing shade at nobody, but I'm guessing that's what he was trying to get at. But the thing about it is, and the thing about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford and fighters like them, they're in very good shape, which means they have very little body fat.
Boy, you still believe that? Damn it, how old are you?
And when you have very little body fat, then you can turn certain ways and your body might look like your ribs are broken because your ribs are actually protruding through your skin because you're so slim and you have such a small amount of body fat.
I think it's more complex than that.
More complex than that.
Now, that doesn't mean that your ribs are actually broken. Now, you can tell when somebody's broken a bone and it's protruding to the skin. It might not have actually burst through the skin, but I've seen broken wrists that have, bent in certain ways that you can tell it's broken. I've seen broken ankles playing so much basketball. I've seen Achilles tears to where the foot normally sits like this. It really sits like this, but it sits like this. But when the Achilles tears, the foot goes limp, and there's no muscle holding it in that horizontal position, so the foot kind of goes limp, almost vertical. So, I've seen those type of injuries before, and I'm not a doctor in any way, so don't get me wrong. This is why I don't diagnose things that haven't been medically diagnosed. And this is the problem that I'm having with the evidence that they're showing. So there are times that you can see that things are broken, but from what I saw from that video, all I saw was Errol Spence hit the ground at a weird angle. He got back up, and it sort of looked like his ribs were showing a little bit. It didn't look like that they were broken to the point where it was protruding through the skin.
I might act tough, but I got a lot of feelings, and you hurt damn near every one of them.
So, I'm calling fiction on that. I don't think that that's evidence that his ribs were broken. Plus, on top of that, you got to understand something about a broken rib and boxing. When you break a rib, that's very, very, very painful. You're going to see a person wince every time they turn their torso. You're going to see them wince when they bend over. You're going to see them having trouble breathing. Now, that might be why Errol Spence had the crazy look on his face prior to the fight, why his eyes looked glazed over, why it looked like he was, might have been a little bit before the fight.
I think I just shot myself.
But, I don't think that they would have sent him in there with such a severe injury to where it was completely broken and it's protruding through the skin. Because what can happen then, you don't know what angle that rib is broken at, whether it's a sharp angle and he gets hit in a certain way and it ends up puncturing some type of internal organ. That's the dangerous part about boxing, because that can happen, especially if your rib is already broken to the point where it's at a sharp angle. So I don't think that they would have been stupid enough to send Errol Spence in there and cause him career-ending damage to where, once again, the bone is protruding through the skin. So I don't think that is good evidence that his rib was broken. It might have actually been broken, but I don't think that that's good evidence of his rib being broken. Here's the thing to me. If it was a rib injury that was that bad to where it was broken in that sort of way, I think that they would have already come out and said something about it. You've seen Manny Pacquiao on the shoulder injury. They admitted to that. There's no reason to hide it. He has medical evidence to back it up. We've seen Shakur Stevens say that his hand was broken. We've seen this so many times with fighters and hands being broken and ankle turns and all type of stuff. So I don't think that that's something that they would have kept under wraps. I think that they would have already put that out to the public if the rib was injured that bad. Plus, this is the internet age. Errol Spence would have went to the hospital to have that rib medically repaired or medically taken care of. And, people leak things all the time. Why haven't we heard any actual leaks of this? Why haven't people actually put out some evidence regarding the fact that it was broken, some medical evidence regarding that it was broken? Because that happens every day in all type of sports. Somebody would have leaked that. Look, here, I got a picture of Errol Spence in the hospital with his ribs wrapped up. This is the reason he lost the fight. Especially Errol Spence fans who might have been in those said hospitals. So, I'm going to say that this one's fiction, man. I don't really believe that is the evidence. I'm not saying he didn't break a rib. I still think it was a weight issue and a combination of other things. Now, they did say he couldn't spar for 5 weeks because of some accident that happened during training camp, but they will not reveal what that accident was. So I think it's fiction, man, personally. Might be true. The injury might be real. I just think the evidence that people are showing isn't real evidence, because you can't diagnose something internally like that.
That there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. That like button for me. Share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tube. So holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are out of here.
Illuminati want your mind, soul, and your body. You want a red bone hottie and a Maserati. Is that a fur trade? I was in 3rd grade writing down mean. Now I'm as clean as your maid. Get these bitches wet, they some mermaids. Take a survey, they all prefer K. EYZ, still in the money. I'm a Louisville legend and I'm still in my 20s. Super cool, wind chill in the 20s, but I still pack heat. I can make it feel sunny. So you can rock a white beater when I'm mobbing through. But be safe and bring your coat and your toboggan too. I'm out of here. I'm on my mind. 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 Where you from, nigga? I would clown your ass, but you can't get smart with a dumb nigga. Dumb nigga, I would shank your ass, but you can't knife fight with a gun, nigga. If Louis Keys did it, it's a damn banger. Tape on the 38 like a jam banger. To this rap shit, I ain't no damn stranger. They wanna throw me off the boat, but I'm the damn anchor. And my team ride clean, looking like tomato juice in my rising. My eyeballs bloodshot are red, all eyes on Louis Keys, no pocket red. I'm out of here, I'm on my mind. I'm out of here, I'm on my mind. I'm out of here, I'm on my mind. I'm out of here. I got voices in my head, voices in my head. They say Keys, get that money, get that paper, get that bread. Don't be worrying about the cop, don't be worrying about the